and he's averaging 11.5 yards a catch.
But that's with Will Levis.
Yeah, that's with Will Levis.
Throwing him the ball.
And this week, Mason Rudolph. And then the big news of this morning. Finalizing a trade for tight ends, wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins.
We're getting hot, baby.
We're getting D-Hop. It's finally happening.
D-Hop is hopping on a plane to Kansas City, baby.
Yes, he is.
Let's go.
So I'm really great that we're finalizing this deal because, I don't know. They probably would have brought MVS back or something. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, he's in the Saints now, so we didn't have a shot.
Oh, did they pick him up?
The Saints picked up MVS.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, good. So, yeah, we didn't have to worry about that. But
anyway, got to worry about that.
Yeah. So, D-Hop is coming through. What is on kind of what they're just showing on the table right now is for them to receive a fourth-round conditional pick.
Right. Fifth round or fourth round, depending on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Depending on what stats that they put to him to do this year, that will make it, whichever.
If we make a Super Bowl, all that stuff.
Yeah, whichever pick may fall.
Yep.
So this is huge, and we'll mention his stats here, but this is huge because we've needed.
Right.
So our receiving room is banged up majorly.
Hurt. Well, I think the biggest thing about this is that the Titans are willing to eat half of his salary for the year.
Yeah.
So that's got to be the biggest thing because we don't have a whole lot of cap. Baby.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of cap.
Well, yeah, and then so with it kind of going through a little bit of like within that cap area, on paper at the moment before everything's finalized with them coming, it looks for us to be in the hole about negative $4 million. So they're as they're finalizing this and all the money details roll out, then obviously this will change, and we'll see what needs to happen. Whether we look to restructure, which the one name that I think that we look to is Juwan Taylor's contract.
Yeah,
if they're happening to do that, I think that is. I think that'll be the top player to do so.
That's a huge cap hit.
Yeah, because the thing with Tooney is, with a couple years left, I don't know, not that he's playing bad or anything, but it just keeps that money continuing out, and just depending on like what you truly want to do with them, whatever the option is for his last year. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so I think you go with Taylor, who's free agent in 2027. I think you just kind of do that. Again, we understand some of the penalty different things that are there, but he's still holding up well, blocking well.
They already got DeAndre Hopkins on the active roster for us.
Yeah, they do, and that's what shows the 4.7 minus cap hit because all the details with the money aren't finalized there. So this is huge. We know he's in his 12th year, but D-Hop still got some hands. He can still play, and we just need a guy that can get some separation and just make big plays, which he has done all throughout his career.
So think about this. A big thing that I heard, and I was talking to other people about this morning, the other people being my dad. But it's DeAndre Hopkins has only played less than 15 games twice. One due to injury, the other due to a suspension. So he's a sustainable player, right?
All throughout his career. Yeah. And so far with the Titans, they got some quarterback issues and stuff like they're trying to work out there. But on the year, D-Hop has 15 receptions, 173 yards, one touchdown, and he's averaging 11.5 yards a catch.
But that's with Will Levis.
Yeah, that's with Will Levis.
Throwing him the ball.
And this week, Mason Rudolph.
And
here's the thing, they haven't used him well.
No.
Because they've been utilizing Calvin Ridley.
Yep.
Westbrook and even Tyler Boyd. So, and it's kind of crazy because you're paying this man quite a bit of money to just not utilize him, which he's a proven guy.
Right.
So, it's nice that the Titans were willing to deal, also willing to deal in the AFC.
Yeah.
Because I understand, and I'm sure that a lot of the phone calls that we were making lot of teams like, man,
I just think they're
I ain't
still
trying to deal
happy
with
about
you.
Legere Sneed.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Hey, yes,
Hey.
there it is. They're just paying back,
They're just paying
more
back.
to that.
Yeah, right.
So D-Hop is going to be a Chief.
It's going to be a Chief.
So that is great to hear and to see, and it's good to see that the front office making some noise and just really trying to help in areas that we need.
Trust in Veach, man.
Yep.
Trust in Veach.
And what's huge is one of the biggest things that they kind of have been talking in interviews and such is, we trust the guys that we have. I think a lot of it was coming from the complexity of the playbook of like bringing a person in at this point. But DeAndre Hopkins is such a veteran in his years and can play all three spots.
The only
line
way,
up in all three spots.
Right. The only way you get somebody is if they've played in our system or it's a guy who's been in the league a long time.
Yep.
Right. He's played for several different coordinators. He's played in several different offenses.
Yep.
So he understands the game very well. And I'm just surprised they went out and got somebody who's in their 30s. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm surprised about.
That is true.
Because unless your name is Mahomes, your name is Kelsey, or your name is Jones, as I think it was C-Dot said yesterday on 96.5, Brett Veach hates the number 3 if it's at the beginning of your age. He hates the number 3. So, but yeah, man, this guy is as short-handed as they come.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
Pretty excited. I'm sure he's excited. I mean, he had Kyler Murray for 3 years, and then what was it, Tannehill last year? And
and before he went to the before 2023, he wanted one of his top teams was the Chiefs. It was the Chiefs. They was just unable at the time to make some of the money logistics work.
Yep.
So he signed with the Titans. So he's been wanting to be a Kansas City Chiefs. So it's good to see
he wants that ship,
play out.
man. He wants that ship.
Yeah, it's good to see it play out. Hey, and guess what? I don't know.
Maybe he signs for less money next year.
I guess unless a miracle towards the end of this season, or if it comes about next year that we re-sign him and Hollywood would just be reunited. I think that's another big part. He has a relationship with Hollywood Brown, and so with him being able to connect and maybe help him alongside of some of that playbook.
I mean, just because Hollywood hasn't played doesn't. He's still in wide receiver meetings.
Yep.
He's still in on the practice field. He's still with other guys. He's working, but he's still around the facility, man.
Yep.
Hollywood Brown is not absent. He watches the games from the stands or whatever. I don't know if he's been traveling with the team. I don't think he has. I don't think you can if you're on IR. If you're on IR, I don't know if you can travel with the team because you're not part of the roster. No, he could just go to the game himself.
Right.
But yeah, I'm pretty stoked about the stoked. There it is, Josiah. About DeAndre Hopkins coming in. He's coming in today, which is Wednesday. He plays on Sunday. He plays on Sunday. 100%.
Yep.
We're going to draw up packages strictly for him. And honestly, it might be a thing where they're just like, hey, run a route, man. Run a route. Mahomes will find you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's been doing that with Kelsey. So a player placed on injury reserve can still travel with the team, even though they can't play in the games. So, I mean, I don't know if he's been going to the games. I know he tweets a lot during the games. So, I'm happy that we made a move that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm happy there's a team dumb enough to take on half a player's salary to get it there.